Disha, let me start with you. Why do ecosystems matter? When we say, don't build this because the bullfrog will die, why should we care?
Sorry, I'm laughing. I find that question quite funny because ecosystem is often seen as a very different part from ourselves, and even the environment is often seen as a separate being. When the truth is, we are dependent on the environment. We are dependent on clean air, clean water, the forests, and the rivers and the ocean. So when you ask me why it's important to protect an ecosystem, you can understand why I find it a little funny, because we are dependent on it. And we are all part of the ecosystem, and often the environmental activism is seen just about the forest, but the truth is environmental activism is about the humans, because we are part of the ecosystem. We aren't separate from it. We are Earth defending itself.
Thank you, Disha. In fact, Christiana Figueres, who was instrumental in bringing 195 countries onto the climate table, said the one thing we have to stop saying is that we're trying to save the planet. We're not trying to save the planet. We're really trying to save ourselves, And Malaika, you're at the heart of communication through your films. You use your camera for advocacy. You've made amazing films on the manta ray, on predators, as I said. So how do you use your films and cinema to communicate,
Thank you, Shoma. I think, as storytellers, very often, it's our job to keep the attention on a subject once that moment has passed. And take the pandemic, for example. Right now, everyone's talking about it. It's a really important moment in time as we combat corona. But the reason we're in this situation is because of our extractive relationship with the natural world. And as a filmmaker, I've been, documenting these illegal wildlife markets in Hong Kong and Guangzhou way before the pandemic started. And I think it's important to keep telling these stories of how we can fundamentally reshift and change our relationship with the planet right now. And I think when it comes to wildlife conservation specifically, India has done a phenomenal job. We've managed to protect tigers and elephants and sharks and all kinds of species better than many countries. But we also are in a bit of a pickle right now. And I think it's important for us to see this moment in time as a time when we can actually take a leadership role on the global stage and show that India can actually be an exemplary country with protecting our wildlife and combating climate change.
But Malaika, before I come to you, Gunjan, you are very different in the way you're making wildlife films, You kind of get up close. I described that you're a great adventure sports enthusiast, and you bring some of that adrenaline to the way you're doing films. Typically we think of documentaries with that voiceover, and you see pictures, and you still feel very distant. I was asking you about communicating, that what is the unique sort of quality that you bring to it, and why do you do that?
So I think
Talk about some of your experiences.
Yeah, I think I get a lot of flack for this because sometimes I get unnecessarily close to animals because I obviously am safe and I'm making sure the animal is comfortable. I end up hiking up mountains and diving with sharks and doing all of these sometimes crazy, dangerous things. And often the question is, why do you have to hike up a mountain to tell a story about why that mountain needs to be protected? And that's a good question, honestly. But the reason is because if we tell boring stories about the natural world, we are going to lose people's attention. And as a filmmaker, I'm not just competing with everyone else on National Geographic. I'm competing with everyone else on India Today and people on, NDTV and everyone else out there. And if I want to get someone's attention after a long day at work, I need to make sure that my films are exciting and that a family wants to watch it together. So you come for the adventure, you come for me doing stuff like you can see in the background, but you stay for the conservation message. You stay for the fact that the science is out there. We need to protect our planet, and we probably just have like 10 or 15 or maximum 20 years to do that.